Hi children, welcome to my class. Today's topic is the story of Eklavya Module 2. Before I take you to Module 2, let us quickly revise what we learned in Module 1. Eklavya was the son of a tribal chief. He was from tribes. He stayed there with his family, but his family was very proud because he was the son of the chief there. Children, Eklavya has a secret dream. What was his secret dream? He wanted to become a successful archer. What does an archer do? Archer uses the bow and aims the arrows as a sport or as a war weapon. So children, in this story we know that Eklavya wanted to learn archery from Guru Dronacharya. Who was Guru Dronacharya? Guru Dronacharya was an extremely skilled teacher and he taught the princess of Hastinapura. The forest of Eklavya was near to Hastinapura. Children, Dronacharya was appointed by the king of Hastinapura to teach archery to all the princes of Hastinapura. Who were these princes? They were Kauravas and Pandavas. You must have heard about Kauravas and Pandavas in Mahabharata, right? So yes. So over here, Eklavya also wanted to learn archery just like the princes were learning. He was quite enthusiastic about archery. But there was a glitch. There was a problem. What was the problem? The problem during olden days was that a person would take the profession of his ancestors. For example, a doctor's son would become a doctor, and a hunter's son would become a hunter, an archer's son would become an archer. It was almost impossible to do any work which had not been done by the ancestors. So, but Eklavya's father was very loving and encouraging. He did not snub his child. In fact, he encouraged Eklavya and he set out Eklavya to the journey towards Dronacharya's Gurukul. Children, what do you mean by Gurukul? Gurukul is a place where children or where students learn from their teachers. What you do, where do you go? You go to your schools. After taking learnings from your teacher, you come back to your school every day. It is a day scholar school, but in olden times, people had the system of Gurukul because the children stayed with their teachers at the Gurukuls and took all the learnings. So in Drona's Gurukul, all the princes were learning archery from him. When Eklavya reached there, he looked for Dronacharya. He spotted Dronacharya there and went to him. And he asked him, will you accept me as your disciple? On this, Guru Dronacharya said, who are you? He said, I have come from the tribe. On this, Guru Dronacharya did not allow him to be his student. In fact, Arjuna was there. Arjuna showed a lot of arrogance to Eklavya. And he said, you are the son of a tribal chief. Go and learn hunting. Archery is not for you. Archery is meant for all the princes. Eklavya was really disheartened by Arjuna's behavior. But the enthusiasm in his mind to become a successful archer did not go. He wanted to learn archery. So what did Eklavya do? We will learn that in module number 2. Eklavya went back to his forest. Let me read the story for you. Eklavya soon reached his own forest. Now, after getting snubbed by Arjuna and Dronacharya, Eklavya is back to his forest. He took some mud from a nearby river and made a statue of Drona. He took some mud from a nearby river and made the statue of Drona. He then placed it in a clearing in the forest. Eklavya truly believed that if he practiced before his guru, he would become a skillful archer. So Eklavya truly believed that if he would practice every day, he would become a successful archer. So what did he do? He prepared a statue of Dronacharya with the help of mud. Okay. Eklavya truly believed that if he practiced before his guru, he would become a skillful archer. Every morning he would take the statue of Drona and begin to practice. He soon became an extraordinary archer, better than even Arjuna, the Dronacharya's best pupil. So now what did Eklavya do? Eklavya prepared the statue of Dronacharya and he placed the statue in a clearing. Children, what do you mean by clearing here? Clearing here is a place in the forest which is which is away from where the trees and the bushes have been removed. It's a very clear space. It is called as clearing. So what did Eklavya do? Eklavya placed the statue of the statue of Dronacharya in the clearing, and every day he bowed in front of the statue and worshipped his guru, and he learned practicing. Soon he became an excellent archer. He became even better than Arjuna. Who was Arjuna? Arjuna was the best pupil of Dronacharya. Now one day, let's see what happened. One day while Eklavya was practicing, he heard a dog barking. When Eklavya was practicing, he heard a dog barking. What was the bark about? The continuous barking was beginning to distract him. He walked towards the dog and fired 7 arrows in quick succession. He was so skillful that the arrows proved harmless to the dog, but it prevented it from barking. Now Eklavya was practicing and he was getting disturbed by the noise of the dog's barking. That's why what did he do? He let go of 7 arrows on the dog, and his aim was so perfect that the arrows did not hurt the dog. It only prevented it from barking. Some distance away in the same area of the forest, Drona was training the Pandava princes. When they noticed the dog, Drona was amazed. Such excellent aim can only come from a mighty archer, he exclaimed. He felt he had to meet this skillful archer. They stopped practice and began searching the forest for the archer. So now what happened, children? Now, some distance, who has been able to observe the dog? Dronacharya and his pupils saw the dog, and they were so amazed to see the dog. Because the aim was so clear over there that because of the aim, the dog was not able to bark, but it was not hurting the bark at all. So Drona realized that this could be the work of a very skillful archer. See children, what practice can do. If we practice every day, the story began when Eklavya was looking for Dronacharya. Because of this practice, Eklavya has become so skillful that now Dronacharya himself was searching for Eklavya. To their surprise, they found a boy dressed in black. Who was this boy dressed in black? It was Eklavya. Drona went up to him. Your aim is truly remarkable. Drona praised Eklavya. From whom did you learn archery? So, Dronacharya asked him, from whom did you learn archery? Eklavya was thrilled to hear Drona's words of praise. Now, Eklavya was really a dedicated disciple. He considered Drona as guru. So, he was very much happy and enthusiastic to listen to the words of praise from Drona. From you, my master, you are my guru. Eklavya replied, bowing his head. Your guru? How can I be your guru? I have never seen you before. So by this time, Dronacharya had forgotten Eklavya. Then suddenly he remembered. Dronacharya exclaimed in surprise. All of a sudden he remembered. Are you not the same tribal boy I turned away from my Gurukul some time ago? So now, up till that time, Dronacharya had forgotten about Eklavya. Then suddenly he remembered and he asked Dronacharya that are you not the same boy whom I had snubbed from, whom I had taken away, whom I had asked to go away from my Gurukul? You have learned archery so well. Dronacharya was really amazed. Yes, Dronacharya, replied the boy. After I left Gurukul, I came home and made a statue of you and worshipped it every day. I practiced before your image. You refused to teach me, but your statue did not. I have become a good archer. Now what was Eklavya's reply? That when I came back from your Gurukul, I made your statue and you had refused me to teach, but your statue did not refuse me. I learnt my archery from your statue. Hearing this, Arjuna became angry. But you promised me that you would make me the best archer in the world. He accused Drona. Now a hunter has become a better archer than me. So Arjuna said this to Drona that you promised me that you will make only me as the best archer in the world. And now this hunter has become a better archer than me. Drona remained silent. He was upset and angry and decided to punish Eklavya. So Dronacharya wanted to punish Eklavya. You say you have been taught by me. Where is my Guru Dakshina? The sage demanded. Children, what do you mean by Guru Dakshina? After the learning is over, the students have to give a gift to the teacher, that is called as Guru Dakshina. That is just like you pay school fees to your school. In the same way, the fee which is paid to a teacher is called as Guru Dakshina. Eklavya was overjoyed. Dronacharya, I will be the happiest person on earth to serve you. Ask me anything and I will offer it to you as my Guru Dakshina, he said. So Eklavya had no idea what Guru Dronacharya would ask him. He said he was very thrilled. He said, I would certainly take your help. I would certainly be happy to become your disciple. I would be able to give you whatever you want as the Guru Dakshina. I ask for the thumb of your right hand, Dronacharya declared. What did he ask for? He asked for Dronacharya's thumb. Everyone was shocked, even Arjuna. Without his thumb, Eklavya could never shoot arrows again. Now, if he gives the thumb of right hand, then he will not be able to shoot arrows again. How could their teacher make such a cruel demand, and that too from a young boy? Everybody was really shocked, because if he cuts his thumb, he will never be able to do archery again. Eklavya stood there silent, but only for a moment. Gurudev, as you wish, he said. So Eklavya was silent. He was not able to, he just remained silent for a minute. And within a minute he decided that if he considers Guru Dronacharya as his teacher, he has to do what his teacher has asked. He has to give the Guru Dakshina what his teacher has asked. Children, in this story we need to learn this, that dedication towards Guru is also a trait. We have to appreciate the dedication which Eklavya had toward Dronacharya. He did not learn the archery from Dronacharya. Look at the respect which Eklavya had for Dronacharya. He actually had learned from the statue of Dronacharya and not from Dronacharya. But the respect and the belief which Eklavya had towards Dronacharya is appreciable. Without the slightest hesitation, he drew out his knife and cut off the thumb of his right hand. So he did not hesitate at all, and he drew out his knife and cut off the thumb. The princess gasped. The tribal boy had shown no sign of pain. He offered his severed thumb to Drona and said, Here is my Guru Dakshina. I am happy that you have accepted me as your disciple. And so now Eklavya cut his thumb and he gave it to Dronacharya as his Guru Dakshina. He said, I am happy that you have accepted me as your disciple. You can take my thumb. Drona blessed the boy and silently begged for forgiveness. Now Dronacharya blessed the boy with his wishes, with his good wishes, with his blessings. Eklavya continued to practice archery until he could shoot arrows with his index and middle finger. His fame eventually spread far and wide. So see children, first when Dronacharya did not allow to teach Eklavya, he did not lose his spirit. What did he do? He made the statue of Dronacharya and considered the statue as his guru and learned archery. He became the best archer in the world. But again the same situation came. Dronacharya asked for his thumb. So do you think it was fair on Dronacharya's part to ask for his thumb? And what would you have done if you were in place of Eklavya? Would you have given your thumb to Dronacharya? But this shows the dedication and respect which Eklavya had towards Dronacharya. And with his dedication, he was able to learn to do archery with the help of middle finger and the index finger. So this is what, shows if you are determined to do something, if you are really firm about learning something, you can always learn. This shows importance of practicing and learning. So children, what is your opinion about Arjuna? Did he show a good attitude towards Eklavya? because he was the prince, was it fair on his part to snub Eklavya rudely? What is your opinion on this? In my opinion, Arjuna was really being arrogant. He should not have snubbed or he should not have snapped at Eklavya, because Eklavya's enthusiasm was almost as equal to any other prince who were learning archery from Guru Dronacharya. So children, this is the story of Eklavya, and Eklavya has proved to be the best pupil of Dronacharya. Thank you children for listening.